Okay, this is part 3, so I was just up to here. Not everybody has a happily ever after story. That's why I do these videos. Maybe, I've helped people out of cults for, well, over 10 years. You know, I've had a lot of positive feedback from people. Thank you. You helped me understand certain aspects. I mean, there's understanding why the doctrine was false. There's understanding why leaders are abusive. You know, they're trying to defend the kingdom of God. You know, like Jehovah's Witnesses or Mormons or Kit McKean type cults that I've experienced. You know, they abuse people and at the same time they say they're protecting the kingdom. You know, how does that work? Oh, we have to kick these people out who we've abused. Yeah, and then you get new people and you abuse new people. I mean, with Kit McKean cults, I think there's about 140 odd thousand people left over. But over 1 million people were kicked out, lied about and shunned. And it's all the people that they were connected to as well. You know, the friends and family that lost the person to a cult. With the Kit McKean cults, I'd say probably well over 1 million people have been in and out of that cult and left with trauma. And it's a small cult. It's 140,000 people. So with Jehovah's Witnesses or Scientology or Mormons or other cults that you might not have heard of, we are talking a large number of people. We're talking tens of millions, maybe more, maybe 100 million, maybe more, who have actually left it behind. That's the thing. A lot of people, they compromise and they stay in their cult and they pretend that they've got a zest for life. And they learn, you know, that if I'm friendly, people will like me. Right? If I'm friendly, people will like me. So I pretend to be friendly. But we can't really talk about the issues in life. And you forget about the real issues because you're just pretending to be friendly around other people who are pretending to be friendly. Superficial. But those are, I mean, some people, I don't think mentally they go beyond that. The guy who got me into the London International Christian Church is an older guy. I think he was born in 1955. He loves chess. So he's getting on now. But I don't think he pretends to be friendly. He does have a zest for life, but he's completely brainwashed with crazy ideology. But he's a nice guy. But I haven't seen him in well over a decade because the cult leader said, don't talk to this person who left. They shun you and they lie about you. I would love to tell my friend in the cult, you know, I'd love to explain to him how he's been conned. But I don't know if he's got the cognitive ability to understand. Some people don't understand that they were abused. You know, somebody could have been physically or mentally abused and they simply don't understand. Yeah? Worse, they blame themselves. Oh, I'm a sinner. Well, who isn't? Show me the perfect person. But, you know, I remember in the cult, the slightest thing you did wrong was justification for terrible things happening. You know, cults are just so sick and twisted and run by evil psychopaths. And yet they come across like they've got so much enthusiasm and it's all about God. You know, that they are evil, delusional people. So yeah, it can feel that you've had the stuffing knocked out of you. It's the crash and burn, you know. And some people, because the cult's brainwash them, if you leave, your life's going to fall apart. No, it will fall apart and then you get to rebuild it, if you can. But the cult caused your life to fall apart. That's the thing. And the cult will say, oh, your life was terrible before the cult. Yeah? And some people turn to religion to escape, but it doesn't make it better. It can make it a lot worse. You know, all the control, all the manipulation that goes on. I mean, talking about the London ICC, I mean, there's one lady there, her two brothers left, and she got married to this guy, and they got kids, but she's trapped in the cult, and she's so brainwashed, she can't even question, you know, whether the group is a good thing or not. You know, so brainwashed, and her husband and the kids are being brainwashed as well. So there you go, it is what it is. But recovery, I mean, for me, it's like, gosh, it's 11 years since my last Kit McKean type church service. I stopped going to the ICC, kicked out, and then I went back to the ICOC, which is a more milder form of the same drug. They're friendly if you do what they want you to do. Okay, right, got distracted there. What was I talking about? So, just going through these notes, have I covered it? Yeah, so do appreciate the good people in life. You know, they're a rare breed. I mean, I'm lucky that I had a friend that, you know, nice person, but super sensitive. And years of this relationship, I had one bad day and that was it. The relationship ended. Because people can choose to spend time with you or somebody else. It's sad that you have to walk on eggshells with people. But this person who I had one bad day, you know, they were 2 hours late for meeting up, and I said, where the, you know, and they, oh, I didn't feel like coming out today, which is abusive. So this person didn't let me know they were going to be late. They, you know, they didn't care, but they're a nice person. And what I know is, okay, this nice person, you can't shout at them because they run away, right? But if you can define that person, okay, they're a nice person, completely not successful, but they will let you down. They will be late and they've got their issues. So you have to accept that as part of the package. So yeah, I'm actually glad that relationship has started again, that friendship. But that person will let you down. That person will show up late, you know, but if you shout at them, then they'll be gone. You know, so, you know, I mean, so with this person, I think, right, I need that person in my life because I don't have a lot of people in my life who are willing to tolerate me. So yeah, I'll just be careful around that person, you know, and assume that they'll be late, assume that they'll do stupid things, and just accept that, you know. And this is the kicker. Until somebody better replaces them, you know, isn't that one of the aspects of life? You know, you're popular, you're loved, you got a job, until somebody better comes along. It's such a savage world. It's such a savage world, but it makes sense. Some people are not able to choose who their friends are. You know, you don't choose your family. You know, stuff like that. I mean, when I joined the cult, you know, I didn't have a particularly good experience with cousins. You know, they sort of took the piss out of me because I couldn't see, you know, short-sighted, you know, always playing stupid games, you know, and thinking I was stupid. And then, yeah, so, I mean, when I got welcomed into a cult, it's like, wow, these people are friendly. They're not taking the piss out of me and they're not drunk. So I chose the cult over family. You know, you would, wouldn't you? I mean, It's like if you have to travel, if you're a caveman and you have to travel miles to get to water, and then you can find somewhere else nearer water, then you'll move. You know, I mean, and it's the same with relationships. If you meet somebody new who's more friendly, then you'll be around the new friendly person. And I think with the friend that I actually got back, I kind of think, well, yeah, he could choose anyone he wants to hang around with. Why would he choose me? And the thing with popular people, they don't have to know you. You don't exist. You know, they're around people who they choose to be around. Lucky them. Lucky them. But in a cult, one of the things I've realised is they choose you, but they use you. They're not choosing you because they like you. You know, I mean, in a cult, yes, you can have lots of friendships, but there's always this abusive leadership. You could say, well, that's not much different from the real world. Yeah, I guess, with people like Putin and Trump around. So yeah, getting your zest for life back. And I think, bless him, Andy Burnham, he says, I want to bring back hope. Yeah, it's free. Hope is free. You know, there's not right, no, you can't have hope. You can have hope. You can have hope. You might think it's completely delusional, but yeah, you can actually have hope. You know, you can write a list of things that you hope might happen. This is why I enjoy listening to people like Brian Tracy, because it is all about mindset. What do you want in life? I want zest for life back again. Okay, hang around other people with a zest for life. You know, I mean, if I'm brutally honest, I'd say 80 to 90% of the people I know, I'd rather not know, to be honest. But sometimes, you know, you just have to tolerate people with no zest for life. You know, but if you can choose people, if these people will let you into their world, you know, enthusiastic people. I mean, God, I used to go to the Catholic Church. God, that was dismal. What a dismal, miserable place to go to. You know, it's just like sitting in a room full of depressed people. It really is. That's why I left, and that's why I got recruited into a cult. You know, the cult was enthusiastic, but it's a real zest for life that transcends religion or politics or any kind of agenda. Those type of people really are the narrow path. You know, so if you're lucky enough to meet somebody with a zest for life, treat them nice. You know, because none of us are perfect. And if you treat people nice, maybe they treat you nice. But it's this whole cult deception. They are evil fucking bastards, these cults. They just use you up and spit you out and take every penny you've got. Evil fuckers. And they pretend that they're the gurus of this age. Evil bastards. If it was up to me, I would... I know there's this concept of hell. I would just deactivate them. I wouldn't torture them. They just would not exist. You know. Anyway, avoiding any group. Yeah, I mean, some people, your zest for life has been destroyed by the cult, and you avoid any kind of group or any kind of relationship. It's a natural response. You're protecting yourself. But it's a fairly dismal place to be, because they say no man or woman is an island. And if you're lucky enough to have a safe friend, whoa, appreciate them. Okay, I think that will do for this. Read the notes as well. There's probably extra things in there.